Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. What's going on, guys? I only got 1% on. Maybe everybody's upset because the Packers lost. Nobody wants to see Brady back in the Super Bowl. Sorry, guys. Got a call. Ooh, that's pretty good. Dun, dun. Dun, dun. All right, guys. Guess we're just waiting to see if anybody else gets on. Got one person on. This may be a short chat on a Sunday. Maybe everybody's fishing, or maybe people are barbecuing. Maybe people are upset that Brady won. I know I am. Man, you know the Packers could have had that at the very end. They screwed that thing up big time. I have no idea why they didn't go for a 4th down and goal. So dumb. But whatever. Mr. David! What's going on, buddy? Tony, how are the white bass coming? They're doing pretty good. We actually did pretty good today. David, you guys have seen my videos. He's from Second Chance Fishing. David got, he's on here right now. David, I think you told me 51, but I counted 57 in your picture. Or was it 56? I don't know, somewhere around there. So David got 50. Let's just say David beat me again, 2nd day in a row. But it's all good. Yeah, David got 50. Okay, 57 is what he said. We got 42 today, and we got a largemouth, and we got a pretty good sized crappie. And we had a couple of small largemouths that we tossed back, and then we also had a small crappie we threw back. What's up, Eric? Eric, is that your uncle? Yeah, Juan and Joe. They caught a huge buffalo carp. 42 pounds, I think, is what it showed on my scale. Was kind of hoping maybe they had the lake record. I looked it up on the spot. I told them, I said, if they had the lake record, I wasn't going to take it from them. Because we actually ended up harvesting that for catfish bait for the summer. So I took 1 fillet for myself and 1 fillet I gave to my buddy David. 1 fillet, guys, pretty much almost filled up a 2.5 gallon Ziploc bag. So there's a lot of fillets that came off that thing. So yeah, Eric, your uncle, man, we were watching him reel that thing in, and we didn't know what he had. I thought he had a flathead. I think David thought he had a gar. But nope, it ended up being a big old buffalo carp. So yeah, guys, if you hear Elmo or Sesame Street in the background, my son is watching Sesame Street. So I tried lowering it. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. If anyone can tell me if they hear Sesame Street in the background. Y'all can see what he's watching on. So he's over there behind the couch. He's in his playpen. But yeah, he's watching Sesame Street. And then we got Kira. Y'all can see Kira over there. Kira's chillaxing. You can barely see her head. So yeah, do you guys hear? Do y'all hear Sesame Street in the background? Hopefully not. If you do, I gotta lower the volume just a little bit more. Oh God, everyone, you know that's like a question, Tony. Every week, I think I get asked that question. You know, man, you know what? This year has been really weird. I myself, I'm not going to try for them till maybe late March, and but some guys, like my buddy Scott, he's picked up. He was doing pretty good up to about a week ago, still getting them at Calaveras Lake trolling. Not down rigging, he was just trolling some lures. And then another buddy, James Bray, he's a guide out there. Lone Oak Adventures, I believe is his guide name. He was out there, I think like 2 days ago, and he got, I think he got a limit of reds on 3 people. So it's hard to tell. Like I'm not gonna try till late March, but it seems like some guys are still catching them, but it still is very sporadic. It's just kind of here and there. But if you're gonna ask me, I'm gonna say late March is when I'm gonna try for them. I know I've got a lot of guys asking. They all want to go out there, and you know, I keep telling them we'll wait till March. I'm not gonna try any earlier. If I do try any earlier, it's probably just gonna be like me myself. You know, maybe I might take my dad, or maybe I'll take my brother, just so we can just kind of go, you know, mess around and see if we see anything. But I don't want to take clients at least until late March. Hey Terry, hey Julie, what's up? Is Julie watching too? Say hi to both of you guys. Eric, so Eric, about the video, I'm actually, as I'm doing this live stream, the video's being edited right now on the computer. I already did the edit. It's just, it's compiling right now. Once it's done compiling, I'll start uploading it. So I should have it up tonight. So matter of fact, I might just take the camera with me over there just to take a quick look, but I think it's probably done compiling. If it's done compiling, then I'll go ahead and start uploading it to YouTube. And then after I upload it, I just have to wait probably about 30 minutes to make sure that the YouTube algorithms have gone through and checked for any like copyright infringements, and if there's no copyright infringements, then I can go ahead and upload that video. All right, Angel. Yeah, I know Brian off the hook. Brian's another guy with off the hook. I won't go with Brian. I'll just go on my own boat. I might go on Brian. Maybe I'll call Brian. Maybe I can do a video for him. Me and Brian used to fish side by side at the wall when the wall was still open. It used to be pretty fun because we would anchor right next to each other and we could just walk on that concrete wall and we would just chit chat with each other all day when we had our clients. I definitely do miss that. But I don't know. Maybe I can talk to Brian and maybe he'll let me tag along with him on his boat and I'll do a YouTube video for him. So what you could do, Angel, talk. If you go with Brian, talk to Brian, book a trip with him, tell me when you're going with him, and then if I don't have anything going on that day, I'll go tag along with you guys. How's that sound? That should be a pretty good deal. Eric, when did I talk to you? What morning? Wait. Were you at the river? Eric, did I see you? Man, when people see me at the river, like, man, it's crazy. So now, obviously as the channel is growing more and more, I get a lot of people either at the lake, more so at the river because it's easier. So when we're at the lake, you know, the boats are, we're spread out, we're all over the lake, so you don't really fish next to anybody. But at the river, I mean, all the boats are congested. So you, even when you're just trying to go back to the dock or whatever, I mean, you pass by everybody within, you know, 10 yards, 20 yards. And so it's a lot easier for people to, you know, have conversations. So I get a lot of people, they either call me by name, they're like, hey, Mello, how's it going? Or they're like, hey, OCD, you know, love your videos, which I really do appreciate. Like, keep that coming. But you got to throw a name out there because then I get people commenting on the YouTube and then I don't know. I need to put a face to the name, if that makes any sense. Yesterday, and yes, but I was leaving in the morning when everyone was showing up. Oh, were you in the pontoon? Eric, was that you in the pontoon that I talked to? Because I think you gave me your parking space. Okay, so not in the pontoon. All right, I got you. Yeah, just let me know who you guys are, and definitely will say hi. Yeah, Angel, just go ahead and let me know. Get with Brian. Yeah. Oh, so pontoon was you? Is that a yes? Pontoon was you, and I took your parking space, which I do appreciate because there was no parking at 5:30 in the morning. If you can believe that, it's crazy. I gotta go check that video real quick. Oh, we're gonna go mobile, guys. I'm gonna go see if that video's been done compiling. And I got another trip tomorrow. I gotta get my butt up at 4 in the morning. All right. Yeah, it was packed. It's crazy. The weekends are crazy packed. That's why on the weekends I tell my guys, especially right now because the duck hunting season. So thankfully, duck hunting season only has one more weekend, I believe, and then it's done. But because of duck hunting season, especially on the weekends, I mean, just parking's really, really bad. I mean, thankfully, I'm not, you know, we're not having a contest with the duck hunters because they get out there even earlier. So usually even if I get there at like 6:15, most of the duck hunters are already on the water. So the only thing I have issues is I just need to find parking. But yeah, I think duck hunters got one more week, and then after that, it's just going to be competing with other fishermen. Hey, my channel is eligible. Unlock a new way to earn money. Check it out. I wonder what that's about. Let me check that out while I start uploading my video. Hey, so Eric, yeah, looks like my video finished compiling. So I'm gonna go ahead and start uploading it here at the moment. Just gotta do a couple clicks. Gotta find the right video because I got a ton of them. And yeah, so it's starting to compile right now. So like I said, once it gets downloaded, and then once YouTube algorithms have checked the availability for monetization, it should be up. So I'm thinking about maybe 30, 45 minutes probably. Yeah, I made sure to get your dad and uncle in there. Dad and uncle, right? That's what you said. Dad and uncle, dad and uncle, dad. Oh, both your Theos. Got you. Got it. You know, the hardest thing when, when I do these videos, like I end up going fishing with people, and then when I come to upload the video, trying to remember the names, especially if they're not regulars. God, I'm real bad with names. If you guys have gone fishing with me, you know I always say that, and I'll repeatedly ask you what your name is so I can try and remember. But yeah, when I have to come back and then upload this thing, I'm always having to try and remember what their names are. What's up, Mark? How's it going? Hey Jay, for the bass, we were getting them just on the. If you go to Bud's Bait and Tackle, so I'm gonna keep plugging Bud's Bait and Tackle, just because, like I said, guys, they give real good service. You know, they have a really well set up shop, so they're over. I believe they're between the South Shore and the Callahan units. You can type in Bud's Bait and Tackle, and I think they uploaded or updated the address on Google. I think it got updated already. But if not, you can look up the Bass Inn in Three Rivers, and they're right next to it. But Bud's Bait and Tackle, they have medium minnows and they have large minnows. So go check them out. That's where I'm getting my minnows from every single day. And no, I'm not sponsored by them. I just, think it's right to just, give them the plug, because, they got a pretty good shop out there. But with that being said, the medium minnows, so they have medium minnows and they have large minnows. The medium minnows is what me and my dad were getting the bass on a couple of days ago. So we went fishing and we got into a nice little mess of largemouths. Huh. I gotta look up this. Apparently my channel is I earned a new membership with YouTube. I can do monthly revenue memberships. I don't know if anybody's interested in that, but I gotta read more into that later. Right now, I don't have time to look into that right now. But yeah, go to Bud's Bait and Tackle, guys. They're a pretty good shop. I love getting my minnows from them. Boom, 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 boom. Facebook. So now I got to go to Facebook. I got to steal the pictures that I uploaded from there. So yeah, guys, the white bass, man, today, whoo! So I went fishing. We had John, his wife Janae, and their son Carter. And no joke, I think we were about 2 hours into the trip, and we only had 3 fish. And I don't know what was going on. My buddy David, I think he still is on here, but my buddy David was out there. I mean, he was literally fishing. I was probably parked, not even 10 yards. We probably could have touched rod tips. We were that close. And, it's the same setup. So it's the same minnows. We have the same rig set up for the minnows. And, I mean, I wasn't getting hits, and he was pulling up fish left and right. It's crazy. And, I mean, that's how it goes. That's what fishing, you go out there, and I mean, it's happened to me. I go and I'm catching fish, and there's a guy right next to me, literally next to me, and he's not catching anything. It's just crazy how that works. But man, it was really getting, I was getting irritated by it. And, I'm not irritated at David. I mean, he was knocking him out. I was just like, what? I was getting irritated at the fish. I'm like, what's wrong with these fish? Why are they not coming to my hook? But another buddy of mine named D, he was fishing on the other side of us, and he was using an umbrella rig. So if you guys don't know what an umbrella rig is, it's basically picture an umbrella without I guess the fins. So it's basically it's a rig that's got like basically like I think it's got like 5 hooks and then one in the middle, so it's got like 6 hooks on it, and so it's supposed to imitate like a school of bait fish. So he usually does okay with that when he goes out there. Just that's an expensive lure. It's usually I think $12-13. So I'm not gonna go and spend that, because if I get that hung up on a branch and if I lose that lure, that sucks. But his friend, he took a friend, and his friend was using just a regular spec rig. And so John was with me. He was like, hey, he's catching him on the spec rig. And so I looked over and I saw it, and I was like, you know what? I got some like that I use for the coast. So for the coast, if any of you guys fish out there for the pier, a lot of the places down the coast, they sell this. So it's a spec rig that has... All right, Eric, catch you later. So it's a spec rig that has they're glow in the dark, which doesn't matter for the river, but I'm just trying to if you guys have ever seen them. So it's a spec rig. It's a 3 inch. It's a glow in the dark, and that's what I had in my tackle. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I got some of these. I never use them because I never go to the coast anyways. So we tied those on, and in about another hour and a half, 2 hours, we went from having 3 fish to getting 42. I mean, that thing saved us from having, minimal fish. And that is a rig that I honestly have never used out there at the river before. I've never even tried using it before. But I'm definitely glad I had it in my tackle because I definitely saved the day for us today by a long shot. So of course, what did I do? I had I think 10 of them in my tackle, and unfortunately, we got hung up on trees. I think we got hung up on a bunch of stumps, and unfortunately, I lost like five or six of them. So I kind of depleted my resource. But thankfully, I had some extras at home because usually when I buy stuff, I buy a crap load of it. So I think I should be good. I'm gonna take it for my trip tomorrow. Hopefully, I don't need it. The only thing I always worry about, with just people casting on my boat is, how good are they at casting? Some people are they're experienced fishermen and they know what they're doing, and other people, not knocking them. Don't get me wrong, but some people they're not very experienced fishermen, so they're not very good at casting. So it's open, Leo. So. So I always get worried with having people, swinging hooks all over the place. But thankfully, the gentleman I have today, John, he's very experienced with that. Dude, I told you I was on the podcast. Oh shoot! I the message. I even told you the door was unlocked. Peter, what's up? He's ringing the doorbell and getting my dog all crazy. Aww. Yeah, so I kind of worry about having people casting. I would much rather prefer, my clients just jig because they're just going straight down. But, definitely I'm going to have to keep some in my tackle box now. So if ever we have another slow day, I may have to start tossing some of that out. And if we start catching, then I'm going to have to just, trust that my clients can do the same. Yeah, just put them in the fridge. There we go. So who was going for the Packers? I know I was. Freaking disappointment. Man, I gotta deal with my buddy back there. He's a Packers fan. I mean, sorry, he's a Brady fan. He's gonna give me crap all night. I know him. That dude needs to buy stock on Brady. What does the spec rig look like? I think I have one. I think I have one in my garage because my tackle box is in the lake. Hold on. Let me see. I think I got one. Just give me a quick second, and I will come right back and show you what I got. Oh, I think my wife's here too. Man, everybody's getting home right now. All right, let me go see if I got one, guys. Hold on. You have to give me a quick second, and I will be right back. Just give me a quick second. Where'd this guy go? Are you in the chat? You go buy the whole store or what? I got it already. I already got it. Oh no, I didn't get back to. All right, guys. What? So this Ray, this is what I was using. I don't know if you can see that very well. So this is that spec rig that I was using. So this is what ended up saving the day today for us.
How about that Tom Brady?
Shut up. See, I told you this guy was gonna give me crap about Brady.
Woo!
Get off his nuts, dude. That guy is Tom Brady. You know he doesn't like Hispanics, right?
What? Yeah, sure he does.
Daniel, we were catching him on the side going towards the main lake. We were not on the other side going down the river. I'm telling you guys, that guy and his Brady. Good God. See, that's why he doesn't have a girlfriend. I love giving him crap. I've known that dude for so long. He was actually my best man at my wedding. So yeah, he's always got to give me crap about stuff. Especially this damn Tom Brady. Swear to God. I hate that guy. You know, I guess it's better. I'd rather watch him lose in the Super Bowl. I have a feeling they're going to be facing the Chiefs. What do you guys think? I think it's going to be Chiefs and Tampa. That's what I think is going to be in the Super Bowl. Ray, were you able to see that spec rig? Hopefully, yes. Now, I'm not saying this will work all the time. I'm just saying this has worked today. I mean, for the past 3 years that I've been going to that river, I mean, we primarily just jigged for them with some silver slabs. And then we just fish for minnows, and that's always worked. But for some reason today, it wasn't working for me, and this happened to work today. Don't know if I don't know if it'll work every day, but it worked today. So that's all I'm saying. And again, this is not normally something I have with me. I just happen to have it in a tackle box that I had in the boat. Closest river to San Antonio to catch white bass. Medina Lake, Canyon Lake. Medina Lake will be on your west side, and Canyon Lake is your north side. Those are probably the two closer ones, because the next one's going to be, you're going to go down to the Frio River will probably be the next closest one. My buddy Scott's asking me what rig I used for the white bass. I'll have to get back to him. Scott, watch my video, Scott. You're on here. Those are probably the closest river, Medina Lake and Canyon Lake. So at least Medina Lake, you can get into white bass and hybrid striped bass. And then Canyon Lake, you'll get white bass and actual striped bass. I don't know if there's hybrids at Canyon. Not entirely sure. I don't fish that lake that much, but there might be. Well, those will probably be your closest ones. If Buffalo can run the ball, they can beat that. You think so? Yeah, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. You know, it would suck if Buffalo makes it and the Buffalo wins, because you know Jim Kelly made it 6 years in a row without winning. I mean, that in itself is an accomplishment. I mean, people cannot knock Jim Kelly for not winning, because he got him there six times, I think, right? 5 times, 6 times. I'm not that much of a sports fanatic, but I remember watching him lose every year. Danny, I wish somebody would sponsor me. Honestly, the only sponsors I want, if I could get a sponsor, if I can get Pen Reels, Ugly Stick, I'd take spider wire. I mean, all my rigs have spider wire. If I can get those, Scotty rod holders. I mean, this is all stuff that I use on my boat, like all the time. All the 3 boats I've had, I've always used the same thing. So it's a pen, ugly sticks, spider wire, usually on all my rigs. Scotty rod holders, I've had them on all my boats. My 3 boats, I've had all of them. If I can get sponsors, I mean, I would love to get sponsors for that. That'd be awesome. Ray, thank you. Keep sending all the viewers you can my way. I need subs. Hey, Jordan, is that you, Jordan? I keep forgetting what your tag name is, Jordan. Is that you, CXG? Pretty sure that's you. Your sister still owes me 30 fish. You need to bring your sister and watch the video and tell me when she's on so that I can tell her she owes me 30 fish. Yeah, Danny. I mean, the Scotty Rod holders, I love them. Did you get the extenders? So they sell them, but it's just the base and the rod holder itself. But I have extenders on mine. I think they're like 12-inch extent. 12-inch? I think they're 9. I don't know. 12-inch. I think. But they're extenders, and I like them because it picks the rod higher up off the deck, and it makes it a lot easier to get to. You don't have to like bend over. You just go and just grab your rod and you're good to go. Okay, good, you got them. Yeah, you're gonna love it, man. I love those things. They are awesome. Yeah, but if I can get some sponsors, that would be fantastic. I have 0 sponsors. Now, Penn, you know, I even emailed Penn. I even sent them a message, and I got like no response from them whatsoever. What do I fish for when the whites stop running? I switch back. So I fish Calaveras Lake 9 months out of the year. So Calaveras Lake, I fish for redfish and I fish for catfish. So typically, like say late November, when the fishing slows down a lot at the lake, is when I switch off to the river to start fishing for white bass. I may have to find another thing to do next year, because if that river keeps dropping the way it is, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fish that river next year. I'm gonna have to start fishing the main lake. That's gonna suck. So yeah, Daniel, that's what I do. I'll switch back to catfish and redfish. Is what I'll do. Man, there was a ton of boats at the river at the Choke Canyon today. So apparently they had 3 separate tournaments running at Choke Canyon today. I don't know what tournaments they were, but there was a ton of boaters out there. So what else we got, guys? Got like 14 people here. I mean, I can keep rambling. But anybody have any other specific questions that I'd like to, or anybody have a funny fishing story? No, I haven't been to Granger Lake. As far as on my boat, I have only been to Canyon Lake, Medina Lake, Lake Casablanca, which is in Laredo. But that was my very first boat that I had. It was an aluminum boat. And then Calaveras Lake, Browning Lake, Choke Canyon. I think that's it. I think those are all the lakes that I've been to. So I haven't ventured too far out, but I do want to go to like Granger. I do want to go to like Lake Corpus Christi. I do want to go to Waukene, but that's like very far up north. But that would be a great place to go for catfish, big catfish. Lake Buchanan, Lake Travis. Is it Lafayette Lake? I think it's now. I mean, there's a lot of lakes I would like to fish at. I just gotta, I really gotta just somehow find time to get down there. If you hear clicking, that's because I'm doing all my editing for on the YouTube so I can get this video up. I gotta get this video up because I gotta start uploading the trip from today. I'm kind of slacking. I should have had this one already done this morning before I left, and I kind of fell behind. Oh, I'd love to go outside of Texas to fish. I just gotta find time to do that. There's a lot of places I would probably love to fish outside of Texas. I think the only place outside of Texas I fished at has been Idaho, so Boise, Idaho. And that's just because my daughter lived there. So when I would go visit her, sometimes we would go and fish some of the lakes there, just kind of see what they had. So much stuff to edit for these YouTube videos. And that's because I don't even like add a lot of like, some channels, they really get very good into their video editing. They do a lot of, kind of like other stuff going along with it. And I basically just edit and just run it. I don't do a lot of the other extras. And even like that, it still takes me a little bit of time. But that's the fastest way I know how to do it, especially now that I'm trying to do like 5, 6 videos a week, because I'm running about 5, 6 videos or 5, 6 trips a week. Jordan, did you just really ask me that? Jordan, so I...
You dying over here?
No, somebody asked me a question on here. Jordan, I am on level 44. Hopefully by the end of this week, I will be on level 45. So I know everybody else on here is hearing that. You're probably thinking, what the hell am I talking about? It's a game that I play. Some of my clients I take fishing, they actually do play it also. So it led into some very interesting conversations when we're on the boat. But yeah, Jordan, level 44. And Jordan, if you play, I don't think we're friends on there. I don't think I have you on my friends list. So Danny, so am I self-taught or did someone teach me techniques? So very interesting. So yes, grew up fishing, but grew up fishing on the bank. And honestly, I wouldn't say like we grew up fishing, but I wouldn't say like we fished like a ton. We would go fishing, but obviously, like I wasn't like I would not even say I was like really good at it. We were okay. We knew the basics. We knew how to tie lines, and we knew how to spool our own reels, and we knew how to clean fish. But I wouldn't say like we were like expert, and I wouldn't even say we were like above average. We were just okay. And not until I started fishing the lake, it was a ton of trial and error. I've told people before, when I first got my first boat, I was fishing Browning Lake. I wasn't fishing Calaveras Lake. I probably took my boat out there, no joke, 12 to 15 times and never caught a fish. And, I don't know what the hell I was doing wrong. And it was just trial and error, and you had to keep trucking along and keep working at it. And, I just started talking to different people. And, when I started fishing the lake 16, 17 years ago, I mean, I don't even remember if YouTube was even a thing back then. Maybe it was, but there wasn't a lot of stuff on there. And so it was definitely a lot of trial and error, trying different things, and then just talking to some of the people who have fished there before. I wasn't on any of the fishing forums, so some of the local fishing forums, like 210 Fishing is one of the big ones in San Antonio, which I'm an admin on. So I'll do a plug for Michael Enriquez right there. But 210 Fishing is probably the biggest, not probably, 210 Fishing is the biggest Facebook fishing forum for San Antonio. So I am one of the admins on there. But I mean, even that wasn't wrong because I think 210 Fishing just did their 3rd-year anniversary, 4-year anniversary. So definitely a lot of trial and error, going out there, just talking to the locals, trying to get different tips, different ideas. And then one channel that really helped me out once I started fishing the wall at Calaveras was DNA Dog Hunter. He hasn't put up videos recently, but his name is Derek. So I've met him a lot of times. I've been to his house several times. He's done some, I've needed some things fixed on my, say like on my truck, some welding. He does welding on the side, so I go to his house and he's definitely helped me out. So Derek, thankfully, I'm fortunate to have been able to meet him. But I first started seeing him on YouTube, and I got a lot of tips on how to catch redfish for him on YouTube, and that's how I started, picking up on the things that he was doing, and then I tweaked it for what I wanted. And then for the catfishing, for the drift fishing, I started watching. His name is Steve Douglas, so he's also here on YouTube. So it's Steve Douglas. He fishes a lot in the Ohio River. He's got a ton of sponsors. Once a year they have a big old catfish conference in Louisiana, Ohio. I got to figure out where that's at. But they have a big catfish conference. So I started watching a lot of his videos, and I also started watching a lot of, I believe his name's Chad Ferguson. So he does a lot of like the Whisker Seeker rods. Start watching a lot of their videos. So they both have different types of drifting that they do. Steve Douglas does a lot of suspend drifting, where your rods are just straight down, and Chad does a lot of drift fishing, like what I do, where the rods are just straight out. So same thing as watching those guys, and then I've tweaked some things for the way that I fish. So definitely a lot of trial and error, self-taught, talking to locals, and then just now that YouTube is more prevalent, just watching different videos and trying to get different tips and ideas from guys. And like I said, a lot of these people I've gotten ideas from, and then I tweaked some of their techniques to benefit, I guess, my particular scenario. And that's how I ended up working all that stuff out. So Durka, no. Your answer is no. There's nothing on the lake. There's nothing on the river. I never see anything out there. Especially the river, like the Frill River, there's nothing there. Now, if you go to the main lake, or you go back to Filera Fish, like the Callahan unit, yeah, there's a ton of stuff there. But on the river, no. And then at Calaveras Lake, so when you're on the land, yeah, there's a lot of spawn points. Calaveras Lake only has one stop, though, that you can check into. But when you're actually on the water, there's nothing on the water. You have to use an incense to try and get anything to come out to you. So again, guys, some of you are asking, like, I'm probably talking gibberish, but it's based on the game that we play. So it sounds like Durka might be playing that game also. What level are you, Durka? I'm interested. Let's see if this thing is done. Checking. Nope, still checking for... Oh, this YouTube algorithm needs to work faster. This thing's taking forever. 7? Oh, man, dude. All right. Well, you're level 7. All right. You got a long way to go. I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? So, got to start somewhere. We'll get up there. So, hopefully... Well, actually, this one's done, so I can probably start editing... I can start editing my next one now that this one is done. Start editing. Why is my computer going slow? I think my friend Leo's making out with my dog. It's a lonely man. I gotta give him crap. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna go give him a bunch of grief. Daniel, the crappie fishing is real good right now. I got a friend named D. He fishes for the crappies, and he usually fishes overnight, and he looks for them near the tree stumps. And I swear he's out there probably like several times during the year. I mean, during the year, several times a week, and he is just. I mean, he is just doing excellent on crappie right now. Who sent me a raid invite? Seriously? Oh, my brother. So yeah, crappie fishing is really good right now because they also are spawning, so they are definitely up and down the river. But he's catching them at night. That's the thing. Like I mean, I tell you, he shows up like at 8, 9 at night, and he stays there. I get there in the morning, and then he leaves around 9, 10 in the morning. So he's there all freaking night. Yeah, I'll see you, Danny, on the river on. Yes, I will be out there Saturday and Sunday. I will actually be out there both days. So I will see you out there for sure. What, touchdown? Did he score a touchdown? Was that a touchdown? I gotta go watch the game. All right, guys, what else you got before I decide to log off? No touchdown. Oh, glad someone's talking to me. My friends are there watching the game. He's not telling me anything.
Oh, wait, go. Man, my homie.
Thank you, sir. I swear, guys, I just got a message right now. Man, I don't even know if I even want to even respond to that. Swear to God. You know, I'll talk about. I mean, I've touched on this before, and it's just annoying. So, I've talked about this several times. So, if you are a fisherman or a hunter, either or, if you're licensed, you have your license, and you are obeying the legal size limits, and if you're obeying the quantity limits set by the state, you should not be giving people crap about what they're catching or how much they're catching. All right, that's why the states do. You know, they do their studies, and that's why they set their legal limits, and you know their size limits, their legal limits, how many you can take, how many you can't take. I mean, and so long as you're within that boundary and you're doing everything legally, don't give people crap about what they're catching. I just got another message about some dude giving me grief about fish we're keeping. So you know what? Just gonna ignore that comment. But I just got it right now, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just respond to that real quick, because that is really annoying. You know, I don't go giving people grief about whatever they're catching, as long as it's legal. Now, if it's not legal, that's a whole other issue right there. And if you're keeping fish that are not within the legal size, that's another issue right there. And if you're keeping over your limits, that is definitely another issue right there. But if you got your license and you're within your slot limit, and if you're keeping the quantity limit, don't give people crap about what they're catching. You know, if you got an issue with it, I'm sorry, maybe you're a bad fisherman. Go out and fish. Go learn stuff. But don't be giving people crap, that know what they're doing. So that's my little rant. I just got to bring it up because some person just messaged me. So, whatever. Someone's looking for a trip for next Sunday. Sorry, I am booked. Touchdown. Thank you, Jay. So the water temp right now for the white bath, like today, it was 62 degrees is what we were marking on the water. And so oddly, like man, I don't understand what's going on. So years past, when the water temp got colder, is when we did better. So like last week when we had that cold front, the water temp got all the way down to 52, and man, we were struggling to catch fish. I mean, we still caught some, but it was definitely a lot harder. And now that the water's warming back up, we're catching more, which is really weird because years past, it was the colder it got, the better it got. So I don't know. I have no idea what's going on this year, but that's what's happening. Water temp for the reds, probably I'd say once it starts getting into like the maybe mid 70s, they'll start coming back out, and then once it starts getting to the 80s, and they'll start being a little bit more prevalent at the lake. The coast is a whole nother different story. I can't speak about the coast. Do I have any trips? What days are those? Is that a Saturday, Sunday? Unfortunately, I can't toggle to look at my calendar because I'm on this thing right now. So Rosendo, is that a Friday, Saturday? Daniel, so for the live, we I've been trying to do this on Sundays at 6, and I think I've been trying to stay pretty consistent, and I've been pretty much on it the past probably a month and a half, maybe. 2 Sundays ago, I I take a break because me and my buddy, the guy that just the Brady lover over there, we probably drank a little too much on Saturday, and I was in no mood to do any kind of video on Sunday. Uh, yeah, but yeah, we typically are trying to keep this to Sundays. Rosendo, are you friends with me on Facebook, or do you have my Facebook page, or do you have my phone number? Text me because I'm going to look that date up to see if I have it available or not. Yeah, the Dangler Angler. Tell him, eh? Yeah, you Canadian? Tell him, eh? Yeah, I'm telling him. It's just really annoying. It's just, God, and yeah, and Ray, thank you. He's hating and catching. It's just really annoying, guys. I mean, it's just, you know, don't give people crap if they're doing everything within the legal limits, and I try and follow all the legal limits as much as I can. Uh, especially if I get clients, we get clients on the boat, like I know that if I have clients, I cannot keep any fish. I know that. As a guide, you can't. At least as a guide in Texas, you can't. So I make sure I follow all the legal limits, and it's just, it's really frustrating when, people come on and they just give you crap about stuff. And I think I talked about this last week. I mean, it's really, Robert, Robert, no, someone sent me a message. Um, yeah, like I think it was a couple weeks ago, me and my buddy David, we were posting, it was when me and him went fishing together, and we had, I don't know, we had like 38 white bass. It wasn't even like, we didn't have double limits, we just had 38. And somebody commented on his page and gave him crap about it, and somebody commented on my page and gave me crap about it. But then they went on another guide's page, which, no hating on the guide, he's a friend of ours. We've known him for years. So this is not him that did it, but it's somebody that follows him. That guide on that particular day had a 4-man limit with 100 fish, and he goes and tells him great job. But then on me and David that had 38, he gave us grief about it. This is like, and again, it's not about the guide, it's the person posting. So I don't know, maybe he's trying to get a free trip or something, but I mean, that was just stupid on their part. Just really annoying. Yeah, it's just, unfortunately, the thing with all this stuff, like if you, I've noticed more now that, as with social media, as, you start to get, more exposure, channel gets bigger, you get a lot of dumb comments like this, and most of the time I'll just delete and block them. I don't need to be hearing, negative crap like that. They can go hide behind a keyboard somewhere else. Rosendo, if you I'll say my phone number out real quick. Hopefully you're still on here. They can hear it. Just send me a text. It's 210-478-8200. 210-478-8200. And then I'll take a look at my calendar once I'm done with this video. No, Tim, I don't use the fish ID. I don't use the what looks like the goldfish is what you're talking about. I don't use that. I use the one that actually shows like either the arches, or I use a lot of the side scan, and I use the so the side scan, and then I use the not the down scan. What's it called? Structure. So it's more like a black and white. I like that one a lot better than the colored version. For me at least, I tend to be able to notice fish a lot better that way. But I don't use the goldfish cutout figures. I don't like doing that. The problem with the fish symbols also, Tim, is that thing reads. It's just like the all the three graphs, the down scan, the structure, and then the other one with the little fish symbols. Anything that passes underneath you is going to register as a fish symbol. If you have some grass floating by, if it sees it, it's going to register as a fish symbol. You try and get used to using the image or the other images, and then you can start to differentiate a little bit better what's actually fish and what's not fish. Because the other one with the little goldfish that come out, I mean, anything that passes underneath is going to register everything as a goldfish. You can have a school of bait fish, and it's gonna show all that on the bottom. Yeah, sorry about the rant, guys, about the annoying individual. Who's messaging me? I got some messages. Maybe somebody send me a message to get after me some more. That'd be fantastic. I'm gonna log out of these things. Hold on. There we go. No problem, Tim. It is harder to see, like you said. I mean, I'm the same way. When I first had my first boat, I used to use the little fish symbols. And a lot of times when I thought, I was like, oh, great, there's a bunch of fish here. In reality, there wasn't. So it probably would just help if you just try and get used to reading the other graph. The video from the 23rd, that's yesterday. Simon, it's already uploaded. I'm just waiting for the YouTube algorithm to check it to make sure that there is no copyright pending, and I just refreshed it right now, and it's still checking. I'll show you what it says. Look. I don't know how well y'all can see this, but so where am I at? That's what I'm checking right there. So I have it. It's already uploaded. It's unlisted. So nobody can find it. I have to send you a link. But what I wait for is that. So that is YouTube checking to see that there's no copyright infringements. Once that changes from checking to on, then I'll change the unlisted to public, and then it's gonna post. But it's already there. It is already uploaded. So just as soon as that, checking changes from checking to on, it's just a matter of me pressing a button and it's automatic. It's already going to be on there because it's already been uploaded to YouTube. I just got to make sure that they're done checking whatever they need to check. So typically it takes, from what I've noticed, maybe 30 minutes for their algorithm to go through the whole video to make sure that there's nothing wrong. And then once it's all good and done, then yes, I can definitely get it uploaded. Dangler, for years past 5 years, typically like mid-March is usually when it stops So I would have to assume probably same time frame. Once they're done with that, you'll have to go back and find them in the main lake, which gets a little annoying because they go pretty deep. Yeah, so Simon, I keep refreshing it and it's still waiting, so I'll probably come back and check in about 10 minutes, and it should be ready to go in about 10 minutes. So we'll see how it's going. So we still have that trip, guys. For if any of you guys are military, we still have that video that I'm doing the military giveaway for February. Surprisingly, I didn't get that many comments on it. But I'll probably be doing that drawing. Maybe I'll do that drawing next Sunday. But definitely coming up. So if you guys are active, retired, disabled, if you know somebody, you can't comment for the somebody, like that person has to comment. But if you know someone, tell them to go watch the video, tell them to see what they have to do, and tell them, get their name in the drawing, because I'll probably be doing that here in maybe in about less than a week, or maybe I'll do it on next week's live. Because right now it's not a very big pool. All right, guys. Well, cool. Man, an hour. Great. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I'm going to go hang out with my buddy who just showed up. Well, not just showed up. He's been here for a while. But I'm going to go hang out with him. Probably drink a couple beers. But I have a trip in the morning that I need to get ready for. Oh, shoot. Actually, I need to wash my clothes. All my clothes are dirty. Yeah, so definitely need to do that. So, thank you all for watching. So, next Sunday, guys, 6 p.m. Let's get on. The next, what is it, Super Bowl Sunday? Super Bowl Sunday, I probably won't do one Super Bowl Sunday. So that week, either I probably will not do one, or it will be done on Saturday. But yeah, I'm not going to do a Super Bowl Sunday. Nobody's going to get on. Everybody's watching the Super Bowl. Who's going to get on and watch me? I'm not that important. So yeah, we'll see you guys next Sunday at 6 o'clock. And then, like I said, next Sunday, I'll probably do the drawing for the military giveaway. So, yeah, talk to y'all later. Bye.